Okay, so I'll jump right into it. Saw this tweet, had to make a comment on it. Hot take: I despise the quote unquote legendary unit trope that are in reality just glorified additional merchants. They are no different from units like physical rose. Ooh, a spicy wrong take. That's what I'm saying. You're a I responded to it saying you're LARPing so hard. He said, "Oh, look at this footage of me using the 7th anniversary LR, so I know what I'm talking about." It's like, look at this. Look at this. We're talking. Okay, first let's look at the tweet. He's talking about STR Cooler, Junior Gamma 2, right? STR Cooler released at the same time as Tech Carnival Goku. So surely I'm expecting like some, you know what I mean, like some STR Cooler in here, but it's just no, that's just not the case. As you can see, there's Tech Carnival Goku right there. No STR Cooler. Where's your using STR Cooler? I don't see the STR Cooler usage, man. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Where is it, man? Like I do not see how I only take screenshots of runs I had fun with, so that's why this is the only one I had. But sure, if that's what you believe, not gonna argue with you. This is what I'm saying. Like you did not have Cooler. You didn't use the unit on release. Like this is the issue. This is what I'm saying. He is LARPing Cooler. This is LARPing. This is unironically just like LARPing. You had Tech Carnival Goku, but you did not have LR STR Cooler on release, and so you're saying, oh, he was just an additional merchant. Like he was not actually like a legendary release. He wasn't really that good. How would you know how good he was on release if you didn't use him? I'm so confused. That's what I'm like. You guys see what I'm saying? Where it's like you did not have this character. You very clearly and obviously summoned on the Tech Carnival Goku banner. You had Tech Carnival Goku. You were screenshotting runs of him, but you did not have STR Cooler. You did not use the unit. You're pretending like you used the unit when you didn't. And that's a big issue we're having in the Dokkan community right now, is that there are so many people that have been around for a long time, but haven't actually been playing and using every release. They haven't, pulled every Dokkan, which is, it's fair, because you can't expect people, especially free-to-play players, to summon on both Tech Carnival Goku and STR Cooler and pull both units and then have think about the objective facts of the units and what's subjective and what I mean. Like it's hard to do all that as a free to play player. You cannot just like have every unit to build the perfect teams and use every unit on release, but it's hard to do that. So whenever we start having these conversations and you're not one of these people who pulled the unit on release and was using their team on release, you need to just stay quiet. Like you need to you just stay completely quiet. We don't talk. You just stop talking. Just stop. You're not everyone does not need to have an opinion on everything. You know what I mean? Like the best way. Okay, this is what I'm saying. The best way to sound like you are smart. If you want to sound like you are smart 100% of the time, what you should do is you should only comment on things that you actually know about, and then just stay silent on things you don't. Like if this guy clearly is, if he made a tweet here that said, I really, instead of commenting on things he knows nothing about because he didn't use the units, if he made a tweet that said, oh, I really love Tech Carnival Goku, he was just one of these legendary releases, I think he's super overhated for, his conditions and stuff, I think everybody would sit here and they'd be like, yeah, that's smart. He clearly, people are in the comments hating on him, and I'm pretty sure this is, the type of guy who, hot take, I despise the legendary unit trope that are in reality just glorified guard merchants. They are no different from units like Tech 8 Vegeta. This is a perfect example. Show me a screenshot. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Dude, it's dude, this is LARPing because I can find many. Dude, oh my god. 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 Dude. Okay. We have to be trolling. So I really want to right now. I'm just gonna copy link, and then just look at it how. I mean, I'm not even gonna respond to it. He's saying he responded to me and said, "Oh, I don't have screenshots of me using Cooler because I only took screenshots of units I had fun with, and clearly, he didn't have fun with Cooler. Cooler's an additional merchant, and then he goes right here, and then he says, "Oh, I have plenty of screenshots of Cooler Game of Tuama Jr. selling me. Like, I have plenty. Like, bro, what? Like, what are we talking about? What's happening? Bro? What are we saying?" But there are some facts I want to talk about when it comes to these units, because this is actually an incredibly underrated unit in my opinion. I think the big issue with this character was that the Truth DT did not like him, because he was like, when Truth reads a kit, he reads a kit and he looks at like the fan base of the unit, and that's kind of what he decides the unit is supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like it's like he read this kit and was like, "Oh, look at all this stuff. This is an offensive character. Look at all this offensive stuff. It's an offensive character." But in reality, people don't realize this is actually one of the stronger defensive characters like in the game. I think he suffered very badly from having poor typing. But even then, like, this character, he was honestly really, really good defensively, especially if you guys remember when the hardest fight for like a tiny bit of time was the Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. Like, that was the first phase, and the second phase was the Evolution Blue Vegeta. That was an incredibly difficult fight, and this guy was very, very good in there. But the difference between this guy and these three is that he was not like the best offensive unit in the game very consistently. Like, on his best turns, he was looking insanely good offensively. But the thing about him is, first off, he was a Super Bosses character who wants to be run with plenty of Super Bosses characters on the team. So it just leads to a situation where you're like, you're almost waiting to like lose like with this guy, because you're almost waiting for this guy to surpass his value, like for the enemy boss to surpass how strong he is, because the fights back then were not like, they were difficult right away, but we're talking about like Goku and Frieza, the Evolution Blue Vegeta and the Kaioken Blue Goku fight, and then into Evolution. I'm just gonna call it the Evo Vegeta fight, Goku and Frieza. Those are the kinds of fights we're talking about, and like in those fights, I feel like in the Evolution Blue Vegeta fight and the Goku and Frieza fight, his individual performance, if you could have him in a vacuum with a good Super Bosses team where he could just transform whenever he wanted, then like, yeah, he was actually like really good. But like, that's not like the case, because Super Bosses had a really wonky team. Broly, Chile, and Lemo were a very pivotal character on that team, but it's because their orbs, possible orb changing, how strong, just being a defensive character that could, have a 100% chance to dodge, like that was very valuable. But you just couldn't run them in the, you couldn't run them in the Goku and Frieza fight, because like or I guess you could, but the Golden Frieza and 17 phase dodge canceling, which is incredibly bad for him, or bad for them. And then it's just like, the worst thing of all is that, you have like this turn 4 transformation, and like by turn, like when you basically like, you got this available on the Super Bosses team and you didn't even use it. And so like, you basically didn't even want to run this character, because even though this is like a very strong effect, like creates the Super Bosses category, I guess, wait. Can be activated, character, or 6 turns, so 4 turns from start of battle, and then the field is Super Bosses, and then Extreme Class additional 10%, so basically almost the entire Super Bosses team, besides, Kale and Khalifa's. It's just like, this is, I guess, Kale, Khalifa's, and Jiren's, but it's just, the issue with this is that, even though this was, like, good, it wasn't good enough, considering that you could only, like, this is a domain transformation. You cannot activate your domain and have multiple, like, you cannot use one domain and then have another domain out. You just, like, the Big Daddy Broly was here. Like, you just could not, you literally could not use, like, half of this character's kit. Like, it's so bad, because Broly, his 5th turn from start of battle, he needs to use this active skill releases a domain, and you cannot use it if there's already a domain out. So Broly is like best in the game after transforming. Rose is just like a really good character after transforming. It's like it really is not like very good from Rose the way that worked out. And it's just like you compare him to like Cooler is just like the best offensive unit in the game, insanely good defensively after transforming. He is not invincible, you know, he's not like insanely invincible, he's not insanely like defensive crazy, but he's still really good defensively. He's the best offensive unit in the game. He's a really fun character. We're calling him an additional merchant. Yeah, bro, that's how they designed the kit. He just has a lot of additionals. Obviously, if you get bad RNG, it's not going to look as good. But that is bad RNG. Like this guy, he's defending like this is like he's defending this kind of unit in hatred of this kind of character. And basically, like, people don't realize that they're both RNG based. Like, both of these type of characters are very RNG heavy. Like, if we look at Tech Carnival Goku, I think it's just like I think Tech Carnival Goku is the easier example than Vegeta and Trunks. I'm searching Carnival. Oh my goodness, Super Saiyan Goku. He's an easier example than Vegeta and Trunks, because Vegeta and Trunks were just like a better unit. But also, he has like outright flaws. Like, okay, let's look at his kit. When the character and ally revives, or when the character or an ally attacking the same turn is KO'd if HP is 59% or less, revives 59%. After the character's revival skill is activated, he gets guard. So basically, what that means is you had a character that leads a team that you could not like have this guy's revive activated and have two of them. You know what I'm like? You could not do that. And so there's also like a bit of like they release this character and you can't run two of them. Like that's like kind of an issue. And it's like Cooler, we're calling Cooler legendary release, but Cooler, like, I guess as a villain, you had to run his team. Like, when you release a Dokkan Festival villain, you're pretty much like, you have to run their team. Like, their team is going to be the best team. I think they did a good job with that last GDC by making it so Rose could be run on Omega's team, but it's like this guy, like, he just didn't have a team, because if you run this team, you're leaving yourself open to like the most obvious flaw ever, whereas we're basically like only one of the characters could have their guard up if you fell below on HP and you got the revive, because this obvious, like, this is an obvious flaw, you know what I mean? Like, it is a very, very, very obvious flaw. And then also, I mean, this character he just aged incredibly badly, because the second like a better revive came out, which was, you know, immediately during the 8th anniversary, you just didn't want to use this guy anymore. Like, he was just worthless. This character became worthless the second another revive came out. And it's like, also look at the powerful comeback team. The powerful comeback team is literally if I have a revive, I'm on it. This guy all have revives. You have a revive. You have a revive. It's like, let's just go like back then though. During that time, it's like, who was around? I guess we have to look. Oh yeah, LR Metal, dude. LR Metal Cooler on the powerful comeback team. He's a Carnival LR that released on this team, and it's like he has a revive. It's like, dude, you could literally not run this character's team. We're pointing out like, oh, there's RNG to it. There's no RNG to it. I guess there is. There's an insane amount of RNG to basically running Tech Carnival Goku's team, and like you're dick riding and defending them. And it's like there's also some RNG to Vegeta and Trunks, because as a character that needs to be hit and they need to super attack, if you don't get them to build up, they can be hurt very quickly. And it's like, that's just the case. Like, that is how it works. Like, you know, it's not like these characters were, oh my god, the defensive characters have no RNG, but the offensive characters have RNG, and they sold me. Like, it goes both ways. It truly does go both ways. And it's the same thing with Majunior here. Like, this is an insane unit to hate on, because he released as a TUR, and he was like, I mean, I don't want to say he was arguably the best unit in the game, but like, he had this same issue that Tech Carnival Goku has, where he just, like, you can't run his own team. Like, his own team was just not, like, good enough. It was just not strong enough, I think. But I guess it wasn't not strong enough. It just required weird amounts of RNG. That's just the type of thing. Like Carnival Goku's issue was that he had a baked-in flaw with his revive. This guy's issue is that he's just not a slot 1 character, and running any team where the leader is not a slot 1 character, and you don't have like designated slot 1s releasing on that team. Like Cooler had LR, Golden Frieza, and stuff like that. Like it's super risky. It's very like, you don't want to do that. You want to avoid doing that as much as possible. It just leads to a bunch of RNG that you want to avoid. Whereas with this guy, it's like when he released, if you actually used him, it felt like I never felt like this guy wasn't hitting his additional supers. I always thought like he has the high chance for 1 turn and then medium baseline and then another high chance for the second. Like I always felt like I was getting at least 2 additional supers out of this guy. And I think maybe the way it works is because this activates as a second and third attacker in a turn, the blue fusions, I'm just going to close Cooler and open up the blue fusions. If you don't know, the blue fusions have a similar ability after the Easy Aid. Let me go to their transform state. Where is it? Right here. Easy Aid. They have a similar ability. Okay, as a first or second attacker in a turn, launch an additional super attack, medium chance of launching an additional super attack. You can get this like, okay, let's just say you do your you get 24 key, right? You do your 18 key super attack, right? That 18 key super attack as the first or second attacker in a turn gives you 1 medium chance of launching this additional super attack right here, and then you do your guaranteed additional super attack, and that means you have 2 medium chances of launching the additional super attack, and then you do your, and let's just say it didn't proc, then you do this guaranteed additional super attack at 24 key, then you have another medium chance of doing this super attack, and then let's just say after all of that it didn't proc, let's just say you do a hidden potential system additional normal or super attack. Either one could then proc this super attack. Like this, I think that may be how this works, but I'm not 100% certain. They are worded the same, but I just like I'm not certain. I don't know if that's how it works. I don't know if it activates when you I guess I don't know if it activates when you like can do the additional normals, because me personally, I've never done an additional normal into an additional super on this character. But if anybody has proof of this character doing that, then that means that is how this works. But like I'm not certain. But this guy, like on release, these additionals felt so strong. Like he was always doing so many additionals. He was doing so much damage. He was building up so quickly. He had such high stats. He was just invincible in slot 2. He had team protector mechanics. He had insane damage. Like this guy was not like Physical Rose sort of was like a solid defensive character at the start when he had his guard and damage reduction. Like, guard 30% here, 30% before attacking. He was really good right away, and then people massively underrated how good defensively he was after super attacking. He was extremely good defensively after super attacking. He was really, really good, especially in that Evolution Blue Vegeta fight. I saw him tank so many good attacks. I even saw him tank really well versus after super attacking no guard versus the 17 and Golden Frieza fight. Like he was really effective in there. I think people underrated him a lot, but like that's what he was. He was underrated. He was semi-effective. He had massive team flaws that led to him just being a bum. But that wasn't the case. Like you just ran this guy on 23rd World Tournament Goku's team, and he fucking cooked. Like it's a similar thing here where it's like you ran this guy on Gamma 1's team or his own team or like any other like team, and it's just like he was cooking. Like there's no like ways around it. Like this guy was insanely this character was just insanely powerful. Like we're moving at a point where we're talking about units that are like old, and every time we like bring up these conversations, I have to just say, like, you did not use the characters. You were not using the characters. You used different characters, and the characters that you had, you got on Twitter and started saying, like, these characters are better than those characters. Like, the defensive characters that I summoned for and have are better than the offensive characters that I didn't summon for and didn't have. Like, it's come on, man. Like, this isn't just LARP, it's next level agenda pushing. Like, you did not have the characters, you did not use them, you're just like pretending you did so that you can try to prove a point that the characters you had and were using are better. I mean, it's like a company trying to say like, oh yeah, or I guess it's like maybe it's not like I guess I was gonna use the analogy that it's like a company saying like, oh yeah, like my product is better than my product is better than our competitor's product. And it's like, well, like, are you saying that like objectively, like you had both, and you like objectively think that my product is actually better, or are you just being biased? But it's like you have to be being biased because you didn't use the units. Like you are like we've already gone over in the comments. Like you did not use the units. Like I don't know what to say. It's very obvious to me that this is like next level Dokkan LARP. You have to like that copy, dude. It's always these unit. Like they just pick a unit as their profile picture and they just go as that unit, and like that's always what these people are LARPing. It's actually like we need to end the unit Dokkan accounts on Twitter. But let me know what you guys think. Is this guy LARPing? Is he right? Is he wrong? It's definitely going to be interesting on Twitter to see more of these unit accounts pop up and just have egregiously bad takes.